Hey everyone, welcome to my story. Today's my story is on finding your identity, or finding yourself in other words. But before I get into my portion of this video and how I found myself, I wanted to share this article that kind of helped me find myself a little bit better. And this article was from January 8th of 2013. It was published by Stephanie Beckerman. And it's on mindbodygreen.com. I've actually read this before, but I'm going to go ahead and read it to you guys again here. Figuring out who you are and what we want out of life can be challenging if at any point you, like me, veered off the course of self-exploration and self-acceptance. But eventually life smacks us in the face enough times that we're focused to admit the truth. We're totally lost. In that moment, there is surrender to something much bigger than our individual selves. We start to journey again, only this time we're present. We're tuned in and what's up, and we're ready. The path to figuring it all out requires a determination to stay committed to the trail, to hang on and keep moving forward even when it comes to getting tough outcomes, which it does. We travel in our darkest steps inside ourselves and see everything we've hidden, covered up, locked, and repressed. In all surfaces, it is a wild ride, but there are lights at the end of the tunnel. Our perspectives about ourselves and our life shifts tremendously and opens the doors to some miraculous opportunities, love, and peace. I've learned some of these lessons the hard way, but once I've learned them, life became a lot clearer and the road to wherever I'm going required by becoming effortless and enjoying in our moments than not. There are still times that arise where I do not see the picture so clearly. I'm just pretty better equipped to ride the rocky road. Hopefully these lessons will help you. Here's 6 tips to helping find yourself. The first of all, you should always be accepting of yourself above anything else. And it says that resolve to make peace with who you are so that you can start showing up in the world what you are as well. When we are constantly overwhelmed by our insecurities, the light of our authentic self does not shine, and it's that light that draws you in every person, experience, and opportunity that aligns with our true happiness. Perfection is not real. Nobody's perfect, or nothing's perfect. Flawless doesn't exist, and it's not even attractive. Someone trying to be perfect is hard to get close to because it is not realistic. So just relax. Everything we consider a flaw about ourselves, someone else might find endearing. Just get real and let that lead the way. Moving on. Step 3, accept everything. Stop judging no matter what it is. Stop judging people. Stop judging the people around you before you know them. Drop the expectations of what you want, how you think someone should behave, in the order things need to happen in. The good stuff is easy to accept because it makes you happy, but change your tune about the bad stuff too. Find the lesson in everything. The tough struggle or the tough stuff, the people who are challenging us, they are our greatest teachers as they force us to unveil the layers that cover ourselves. Number 4, be selfish. Find the balance between 50% selflessness and 50% selflessness. Take your me time. Know when you need it and learn how to give it to yourself. Figure out what enrages you. and what makes you happy. How to connect to yourself. Don't sacrifice those things. Put them first. In the end, you can't rely on anyone but yourself to bring up your true happiness, so stop waiting for anything or anyone outside of yourself to try and start being a vessel that helps you receive it. Number 5. Use everyone else as a mirror. If you allow yourself to recognize in others what exists within you, you will become aware of how and where to shift. I read somewhere once, any quality which you are attracted to or unattracted to, you do not lack. Well, this means everything that others we have to put on a pedestal, or everything which you are frustrated by, resides within yourself. All it takes is acknowledgement that can help you find it. If it is positive, enhance it. If it is negative, acceptance that it reared its ugly head so you could see it, but make a note to yourself that you're cool to move on without it. Number 6. Connect to your core. Your core is your stabilizer, physically, emotionally, and mentally. When you feel off in a workout in your day, or notice a negative thought or insecurity arise, engage your belly, draw your stomach in and up, hold it, then take some deep breaths, and you will immediately center yourself in a powerful way. It's a very simple, life-changing tool. Make everything about love and gratitude. That's all she wrote, guys. Love changes your perspective, and gratitude is absolutely the only way to attract more of what you want. So, that was that portion. I wanted to share that portion because it truly does help you a lot. And I'm sorry about the darkness in the background. But, it does help me a lot, and it might help you guys out there as well. But finding my identity was very difficult, and I had to go back and adjust myself, as they said, to kind of help explain on what I truly wanted out of life. And this helped me in particularly with finding out who truly does care and love me, and who I care and love them as well. For example, my father and stepfather, or stepmother and stepfather sometimes, I do not always have the greatest relationship with, but I know deep down inside they do love me, and I love them as well. And there's some interest that we have together about certain things. Each of them are different. And I put, as the last tip said, put love over anything. So I sat down and I realized that over anything, what the situation was, I love these people and I can't go on without them. So that's when I decided, okay, I need to have that relationship with my father and my stepmother and my stepfather, because I know sometimes we still argue here and there, but ultimately, in the end of the tunnel, we will still be together and we are family. Now that was that portion of it. Now for myself as well, to accept who I am, it took a little bit of time. I didn't, especially when it comes to opening up about being bisexual, but I will be more open and say that I am more into men than women, and I'm okay with that. And I accept anyone that might feel off about that, but I'm glad that I have that support behind me from my family and friends that they do not judge me for who I am want to be in a relationship with. I have and was in a relationship with a gentleman before, and I've felt like this for a while, and I've known I was this way for quite some time, even though it's fairly recent for most of you guys to know this. But that's because I was when I finally feel acceptance and I felt okay with telling everybody, because that is a very difficult thing to do, because you are afraid of judgment, which I was trying to coat my head around, that there are some people out there that might not understand, and there is, but I'm glad that all my family and friends do understand and respect my decisions and support me in whatever my decisions should be later on down the line. Now, when it comes to feeling secure and accepting the way I look, I still have struggles with that. And I think I always probably will, because my self-confidence has always kind of been up and down. Um, but it helps having those people around you, like your parents and your friends and your family, even on social media, that people that follow your videos or watch your videos that I do, it helps me to understand, okay, they accept me because they're watching these videos, even though it is ultimately to entertain all of you guys and help you guys out in the long run. So I hope that this kind of helps you guys find yourself if you're in a tough spot, because I know everybody in the whole world has some times, and some hard times that they're going through, and finding yourself ultimately does help with that. And there's things that I'm still working on with finding myself, but I hope you guys can all out there find yourself and be accepting of who you are and others as well. So, with that said, I think that's it for this My Story, but I really enjoyed this My Story. But next week's My Story will be more in depth about coming out as bisexual and helping others come out and feeling safe about coming out, and my story about coming out, and etc. So have a great day. Peace. Thank you guys for watching, and never be judgmental against anyone, because you never know what they are going through in their life.